Welcome and thank you for tuning into Odang Gaming. If you have a sec for a fellow gamer, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. And let's get into some God of War Ragnarok. So today I want to talk about God of War Ragnarok and the new weapons by way of shields. We get 5 shields in the game that fit 5 different fighting styles, each bringing new abilities to the combat situations that we get to face. Long story short, our original shield is busted by some big badass god of lightning, and we have 4 replacements made by our dwarven friends that we get to play around with and see which one fits our fighting style best. I just want to go over each one's abilities and what they kind of bring to the table and which one was my favorite, and we're going to go over those right now. So if you like the video, let me know below by clicking the button, and if you have any comments about the shields, please leave them below. And let's get right into it. The first shield I want to talk about is the original Kratos OG, the Guardian Shield. Now, although the shield gets broken in the game, we get to use it in the beginning and then after it gets fixed. So there's plenty of time to use this shield. We're familiar with this shield. It's got a good size, and its special ability to absorb elemental attacks and throw them back at the enemy is something that none of the other shields offer that we get to play with, so it definitely stands on its own, but it is basically the exact same shield from the previous game that we've already seen. The next shield I want to talk about is the Stonewall Shield. This was the very first shield that I used in my playthrough after the Guardian Shield was broken. For me, the Stonewall Shield is a great shield for beginners. If this is the very first God of War game, and you're not used to the combat, I would definitely suggest this one. It's a large shield that boosts vitality. It has a great special ability that absorbs enemies' blows and builds up to an explosive pushback shield break that also gives off damage. I think if you have trouble with parrying or want to avoid parrying altogether, this is definitely the shield for you. Third shield up is the Onslaught Shield. I probably use this shield the least out of all the shields, but it still seemed like a pretty cool shield. It just seemed like it was maybe for more aggressive players. It's a larger shield with parrying ability, and its special ability allows you to charge towards enemies, absorbing their incoming attacks for a shield bash move at the end. The only reason I say it's for more aggressive players is because it brings yourself closer to many enemies at once, and it only can block the attacks that are coming directly into the shield's path, so it opens you up for other attacks from different directions. So I thought maybe it wasn't the best shield, but still a pretty cool idea for a shield that they put into the game. Also, the Onslaught Shield's shield break is just similar to the Guardian Shield, so it just seems if you already like the Guardian Shield, that the Onslaught Shield was just kind of like another shield similar to that one, so it just wasn't as eye-catching and as fun to use as the other shields, in my opinion. Next shield up is the Shatterstar Shield. I thought this shield was a lot more fun to use. It has kind of a cool shape, and its special ability is unique to itself. You can hold down L1 and charge up the shield, and you can double tap L1 for a special shield break, where Kratos punches the shield and it sends off a wave with some fire damage that knocks back enemies pretty well. This move is kind of similar to a move that we can use in the Guardian Shield in the previous game, and I always thought that move was sweet looking, so I thought this shield was the second best one out of all the ones we get to use, and I really enjoyed using this one a lot. It also boosts your runic power, which means that all your special moves and abilities are a little bit more boosted if you're rocking this shield. I think the unique ability of the Shatterstar Shield to charge up whenever you can and on your time makes it very unique and probably a top 2 choice for the shields in this game. Last shield up is my personal favorite, the Dauntless Shield. A shield that encourages parrying and builds a better Kratos. The game calls it a high-risk, high-reward parrying shield. The better the parry, the better the effect. So the more accurate you are with the shield, the better your shield break abilities are going to be and more damage it's going to cause. Also, when you trigger the ability, Kratos in his windup slightly ducks down, which has actually got me to dodge a couple of moves accidentally, so there's that as well. The shield also looks super badass. It looks a lot like the Captain America shield in Infinity War that he gets when he goes to Wakanda. I always thought that looked really cool, so I was a big fan of this shield. I think using this shield increases your parrying accuracy and makes you a better Kratos in combat. So I highly recommend this shield. It can be frustrating sometimes, but I think it makes you a better player. Thanks for watching and checking out Odin Gaming. If you want to see more God of War Ragnarok content, then do me a solid, hit them like and subscribe buttons, and all hail Kratos.